Hey everybody, my name is Albert Corey. Today's presentation, we're going to show you some of the top tax business secret deductions to make sure you pay less to the IRS. My name is Albert Corey, and I've assisted over 25,000 business owners, saving them $60 million. I've been assisting my small business accounting clients for almost 4 decades. So I'm going to show you what I've been coaching my clients. This is what I've been coaching. So, please consult your accountant or somebody if you have any questions or comments. So now the first deduction we're going to talk about is, guess what? Is your car. Your car is one of the biggest deductions out there. That's right. It's one of the biggest deductions. Why? Because, we have to go somewhere to work. But the IRS will define using a car for business is your first stop after leaving your house is a business is driving to your next client. And on the way home is the last stop. The workaround is make sure you stop someplace, pass out a business card, and then go do your work, and then come back and now do the same thing, but find the second spot even closer to your house. Our next big tax deduction, everybody, is your actual house. That's right, your house. Your house is a good deduction because guess what? If you are a doctor or a lawyer, someplace you have to drive, you have to have an office. So your house is an office. How they figure out your office is you take the square footage of your office that you're working with against the whole house. I've been doing this for almost 40 years, and I'd say normally it's about 30% of the house. But which is pretty cool is now you can take your the interest you pay on the house, the taxes you pay on the house, because most of the time you can't deduct it. Insurance you pay on the house. If you got to sweep the yard, cut the grass, anything doing your house is a deduction. So now your house is a tax deduction. And now that's a big thing. Another big thing is, guess what? Rent. Obviously, you have rent, just like your house. Everything is deductible, your water and stuff. But it's just like having an office. So you can deduct 20% of what you pay in rent can be taken off the tax bill, which that could be pretty big. Okay, and it's the same thing where they take the percentage of your office that you're using against the rest of the house, and that's how they come up with that number. Next one is your utility bills. Utility bills, you take the square footage of your house, and it becomes a tax deduction. Now, utilities, water, garbage, HO, we forgot to put in the other one. HOA, if you have a rental place, if you live in a condo, that becomes doctor. Water, garbage, pretty much anything else in your house, any of the utility bills, they all become a tax deduction. Here's one that most people don't realize. What makes your cell phone a tax deduction is, guess what? If you're texting, because guess what? Most of the time, if you're selling or talking to people, okay, you're going to be texting them. Isn't that funny? Texting is now a tax deduction. Why? Is the IRS says is, what are you doing to move your business forward? So another deduction right now is your internet. Guess what? Most of us can't live without internet. So now it's the same way. Internet is like 75-80% is now deductible. Why? Because guess what? How are we going to get onto our Zoom calls? How are we going to go? A lot of online classes, you got to go online. So now the online classes, Zoom classes, YouTube, if you do using Facebook and marketing yourself and putting stuff out there, that all becomes a deduction. Most of the time, it's about 80%. I know most of my clients, even in my house, it's usually about 80%. Another thing I don't have here is your cable bill. could be deductible. It's the same thing. What percentage are you doing for business? And now that becomes a tax deduction. And now the last thing we're going to talk about for today is, guess what? Is Netflix. I know it sounds crazy, but Netflix is a tax deduction. Very simple. I found shows the other day on how to build real estate. You'd be surprised if you're doing real estate, you start looking at real estate shows, you start to get ideas. There's a lot of motivation movies I watched. And guess what? It excited. So all that becomes a tax deduction. Since you stayed to the end, guess what? We got some pretty awesome gifts. We're going to give you the 3 tips business owners must have to more cash in your business. So all you got to do is text Taxman to 26786. That's Taxman to 26786. And you're going to get the tips I've been telling my clients for almost 4 decades. All right? And thank you. Like I always say, sharing is caring. And please watch our other videos.